Hey, welcome back. Today's February 6th, Saturday, and on this post I'll be telling you about the overall crypto markets very quickly, which includes Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin price action. Before diving into Civic token, CVCUSD, and see what exactly is going on in this market, I'll be telling you about the bullish and bearish case scenarios for today, as well as the short-term price prediction on this market, according to what I'm seeing on the charts. Before I begin today, if you guys are watching me on YouTube, do subscribe. If you guys are watching me on TradingView, do follow me as I'll be keeping you updated on the latest crypto setups on my watch list, regardless if it's a good day or a bad day. If you guys do want to support me and don't already have a Webull brokerage account, you guys can use my referral link down below. They're still giving away 2 free stocks as of today upon a successful sign-up and a qualifying deposit of $100 and I will also receive a referral bonus if you guys sign up under me. Please also read my full disclaimer below. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. I'm purely sharing my own speculations opinions on this market. I cannot tell you the future, and you should always do your own due diligence before trading or investing in this market as it's extremely risky and volatile. If you guys have any questions or comments, please do only leave them in the comment section below, but I'll try my best to get to as many of them as possible. Now, see what exactly is going on in this market first. We do have Bitcoin dominance up almost 2% today, which is not very ideal for the altcoin price action. As we do break down Bitcoin dominance here, up almost 2%. This breaks down to Bitcoin price action up almost 5%, while total altcoin market cap down slightly today. So this is why I always emphasize it is better, generally speaking, for Bitcoin dominance to trend down for the altcoin price action. So let's see if we have a scenario here where Bitcoin dominance will continue trending downwards here, okay? So I did see Bitcoin dominance as of yesterday's candle went down to almost as low as 60% before getting a bounce there. I think that is psychological support. So right now it is retesting that 200 MA again. Let's see if this candle will actually continue downwards. So daily time frame is still what I'm focusing on until we actually get another red candle and continue downwards from here. And then I'm looking for the Bitcoin dominance price action here to actually break 60%. And then finally, towards the last moving average that I actually do see on these larger time frames here, which would be the weekly 21 MA. If we start getting weekly candles below this weekly 200 MA, then I'm a lot more inclined to believe that we're still going to have a altcoin run in the short-term future as Bitcoin dominance actually continues trending down. Now, like I said, when Bitcoin dominance actually continues trending down, generally is better for the altcoins. This goes for both the upside and downside, okay, as opposed to if Bitcoin dominance was trending upwards. Now, let's take a look into Bitcoin price action here and see what exactly has gone on since the last time I've spoken, which was yesterday. And I did say that I anticipated that Bitcoin price action will continue running within this ascending triangle pattern shape, or it could actually form a cup and handle pattern instead, which I still think it would fit these trend lines. Okay, I may have to adjust these trend lines a little bit for a cup and handle pattern, or even take them out altogether. But I do think a cup and handle or ascending triangle pattern will still fit this shape right now. I am looking for more data to come in from price action to actually finalize what I think is actually going on this daily time frame. So I'll be keeping an eye out on this. And the resistance seemed to have been about 41K here, which makes sense. It was the last resistance here. Let's see if the price action will actually continue upwards towards the last final resistance of the period, about almost 42K, 41.7K here, okay? Let's see if that actually happens. But if Bitcoin hits resistance and pulls back, this could take some of the altcoins down with it. The magnitude of that effect of that Bitcoin pullback will depend on how far up or down Bitcoin dominance is actually trending. Let's take a look into Civic USD and see what exactly has gone on in this market. So this is the first time I actually am doing analysis on this token. Let's see what exactly has gone on. I'm going to take a look from the RSI perspective first, okay, and see if we have any overbought or possible bearish divergence scenarios. Those are going to be the 2 red flags I usually look for on the RSI on the higher time frames, starting from the daily time frame up to the monthly. On the monthly time frame here, I do see that the price action has been running quite bullishly for the past couple of months, okay? So right now it's still not in overbought, but it has ran up for quite a bit. Let's take a look into the weekly time frame where I do see a very overbought, pretty overbought RSI here at about 84. No bearish divergence, so that is still good. This tells me that the bulls are actually still picking up momentum here, okay? But it is in very overbought territory at about 84. On the 3-day time frame here, I do see both overbought and bearish divergence scenarios, starting from comparing this high with this high rate, with this higher high rate here, but with a lower high on RSI, that is bearish divergence. Price action came down a little bit to the 3-day 21 MA, almost to the 3-day 21 MA, which is usually my conservative estimate whenever I do see a possible bearish divergence scenario on a specific time frame. My conservative estimate is that it's going to pull back to the next closest moving average. In this case, would be the 3-day 21 MA. Price action has gone almost down there, so I'll take that as a confirmation there before price action continues upwards. Okay. Right now, it does seem like we do have about 2 more days until this 3-day candle closes. Let's see if the price action here, this higher high rate here, can actually continue pushing to actually negate possible bearish divergence scenario on the 3-day time frame. The RSI reading to actually beat, it's about 78, over 78 here, okay? So I'll be taking into consideration of the 3-day possible bearish divergence scenario here. On the daily, there's also a possible bearish divergence scenario already. So we'll be comparing this high right here with this next high. The last high was about 86, slightly over 86, and current RSI reading is about 75. So the bulls do need to make a pretty significant move here to actually negate possible bearish divergence. This is on the daily time frame, which closes in a little under 3 hours. Now, let's zoom out to the bigger time frames. Here on the weekly is what I'll be focusing on because I did see a cup and handle pattern that the price action has already broken out of. Measured targets of that pattern was about 21.7 cents. Price action went as far as about over 30 cents before pulling back. So measured target has been met and some more, okay? Let's take a look into a smaller time frame here and see what exactly could be going on in here instead and see if we can actually get any clues on if this price action may continue. Let's take a look into the 4-hour time frame here, where I do see a possible symmetrical triangle pattern that could be forming or has already formed. So it'll be something like this. Okay, so I'm looking at something like this on the 4-hour time frame here, a symmetrical triangle pattern. Symmetrical triangle patterns are generally continuation patterns, and in this case would be bullish, 60% chance of it breaking upwards. Verify that stat on your own. If it actually does break upwards by the apex of the triangle here, I'll be looking at a measured target of about 35.5 cents here, which is pretty much the next fib level, the 0.786 fib level, okay, about the 35 cent area zone. So that would be resistance, and about 27.5 cents will also be the next resistance at the 0.618 fib level here. So that is in between the breakout point and the measured target, as well as with the 0.786 fib level. Some things to be looking out for is that, of course, in addition to the possible bearish divergence scenarios on the 3-day and daily time frame, there is also possible bearish divergence on the smaller time frames as well, including the 4-hour, comparing this high with this higher high, but with lower highs on the RSI. Also on the 6 hour, higher highs on the price action chart, but lower highs on the RSI. Same thing on the 12 hours. So these are going to be some of the smaller time frames to even look out for possible bearish divergences. Now let's take a look into the bullish and bearish case scenarios here. I'm going to start taking a look into the 4-hour time frame here because this would be the earliest time frame that I consider that actually have bearish divergence. Now, bullish case scenario here, price action breaks out of the symmetrical triangle pattern and go towards its measured target. Measured targets are generally theoretical approximate targets, could actually be different in real life price action, more or less. Let's also take a look into that measured target again, which is about 35.5 cents. That is the bullish case scenario. Break out of this pattern, go towards its measured target, about 35.5 cents. Some resistance in the way, including the 2 fib levels, okay, 0.618 and 0.786 fib levels. Bearish case scenario, price action actually breaks to the downside, breaks its bottom trend line. Let's see what the next level of support I'll be looking into for a key support here. It could be the hourly 50. In that case, it'll probably look something more like this. In that case, I don't think it would look too much of a symmetrical triangle pattern at this time, but this moving average could catch up to the bottom trend line here. In that case, it could still keep the symmetrical triangle pattern validated. If the hourly 50 does not hold from this snapshot, then I'm looking at the 4-hour 21 MA as the next level of support. In this case, it could turn into a falling wedge pattern, which is a steeper downward sloping pattern until the price action actually breaks out of that falling wedge pattern. Now that is a more dangerous pattern in my opinion, even though it is still generally bullish. Now these are my bullish and bearish case scenarios for today. Let me know if you found it helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Let me know agreements, disagreements, feedback. I would love to hear them. Hope you manage your risk carefully, and if you would like to see any more of my most recently uploaded videos on YouTube, you guys can check out my links up here on YouTube. See you next time.